Hello everyone. This is Brian Levinson along with Rick Meller for CITV Sports. Tonight we're bringing you the interconference battle between the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials and the Cheltenham Panthers. It's a big interconference battle tonight as PW coming in with a record of 3-0 and Cheltenham coming in with a record of 1-4. Starting line for the Colonials this evening will be at offensive line. Number 51, Jeff Redatti. Number 67, Brian Smith. Number 64, Ron Winterbottom. And number 70, Fred Long. And number 76, Steve Clark. In the backfield for the Colonials this evening will be captain quarterback, number 13, Anthony Tornetta. At running back, number 9, Vinny Keyser. At another running back, number 33, Chris Kachara. At fullback, number 43, Bob Engel. And at tight end, number 44, Rob Reed, sorry about that. And a wide receiver, number 7, Paul Borshevitz. The defensive starters for this evening will be at defensive end, Paul Borshevitz. Rob Reed, number 44. 51, Jeff Redatti. And 86, Joe Dolga. At defensive tackles, number 70, Fred Long. Number 76, Steve Clark. And at linebackers, number 29, Phil Garino. Number 30, co-captain Jamie Fell. And number 84, Kevin Gall. We're about ready to start for this evening. Kickoff's in about 2 minutes. Colonial should have a good game tonight. They're favored in this game, coming in with a record of 3-0. And Tornetta should be able to pass pretty well on this Cheltenham defense.
Bob Engel is coming off a little bit of an injury. He hurt his shoulder. He's expected to play a little bit tonight. He should have an impact on the game just as usual. Receiver Paul Borshevitz is coming off a very good game with Tornetta's arm, and we expect him to be a factor in there. Colonial defense is ranked 6th in the area, offense ranked 4th, so this team does have a lot of potential to really run over Cheltenham.
One change in the numbers for this evening. Ron Winterbottom will be wearing number 50 instead of his usual number 64.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Colonials are coached by head man Joe Iacovetti, assisted by Joey Conocello, Bob Colts, MJ Groard, John Joe, Mike Santangelo, Bob Schlegel, and Ryan Wisniewski.
Okay. Okay, we're about ready for kickoff. The Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials are at the coin toss. Jamie Fell, number 30, and number 13, Anthony Tornetta.
Cheltenham has won the toss. They have deferred.
Coach Iacovetti, the coach of the Colonials, is coming in this evening. He's a tremendous coach for the
Cheltenham
Colonials.
will kick. Plymouth Whitemarsh will receive.
And Plymouth Whitemarsh will be receiving this evening.
And
here come the Colonials.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Colonials will take the field, dressed in their usual red and white outfits.
Starting at defense for Plymouth Whitemarsh, number 44, Rob Reed. Number 51, Jeff Redatti. Number 76, Steve Clark. Number 86, Joe Dolga. Number 43, Bob Engel. Number 84, Kevin Gall. Number 30, Jamie Bell. Number 29, Phil Garino. Number 7, Paul Borshevitz. Number 3, Lee Scott. And number 9, Vinny Keyser. –
Colonials getting ready for this exciting
Ladies and
matchup.
gentlemen, for the national anthem. Singing the national anthem will be Val Cucciarata, Sarah Wolf, Sarah Rock, Emma Yeager, Laura McGinley, Nicole Markovitz, and Katie Switkowski.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets cried well, the guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, we're just about ready to start now for kickoff.
Now special teams is taking the field. They will be kicking off.
Colonials will be receiving this evening.
There's something wrong with this.
You want that?
Would you please, are you in communication with Mr. Flynn?
No.
Nobody is? Who is? Who's in communication with Mr. Flynn?
That's Vinny Keyser, excuse me, talking to the referee there. He's going to be back to receive.
He's back there along with co-mate Paul Bashevitz as they're ready to kick off and get underway.
Cheltenham set to kick.
Number 5, Dan Shapiro, about ready to kick it off.
Shapiro set to kick. It's a good kick. Taken by number 9, Vinny Keyser. Runs up the middle and a nice little run for Vinny.
Yes, that was a good run for Vinny Keyser. Gained positive yards. That'll give him good field position. Just started a nice little drive.
And the Colonial offense takes the field, led by co-captain number 13, Anthony Tornetta. Colonials in the huddle. Tornetta back to pass. He hits number 7, Paul Borshevitz. And I believe that picks up the first down for the Colonials.
Yeah, and as you see, Paul leaving off where he left off last week with an excellent reception.
That was a great play by the Colonials. Colonials back in the huddle. 1st and 10 for the Colonials. And they come to the line. Number 7, Paul Borshevitz, split end. Run up the middle, that's number 43, fullback Bob Engel.
That's positive yards up the middle. That's what Colonial scheme usually is. They want to pound the ball, and then try and pass. And that is how they've beaten their previous 3 opponents.
Bob Engel's having himself a nice little season this year, starting at fullback for the first time. As you know, last year, the Colonials had a great running back tandem of Matt Matheson and Mark Washington. And the Colonials come to the line. Tornetta hands off to number 43, Bob Engel. He runs at some good yards for Bob Engel. First down.
The Colonials ran a sweep that play, and they had great blocking by the offensive line. Well executed play.
Seems like Coach Yakovay is trying to mix the plays up a little, and he's doing a nice job.
Big number 76, Steve Clark, trying to get the offensive line fired up.
First and 10 for the Colonials. Hands off to Engel again. Stop for a gain of 1. Engel will be getting the majority of the carries this evening, probably on short yardage. Number 9, Vinny Keyser hasn't touched the ball yet at running back, but I'm sure he'll have a few this evening. Second down for the Colonials. Tornetta calling the plays. 44, Rob Reed in motion. Hands off to Vinny Keyser. That's a big run for Vinny Keyser. First down for Vinny Keyser, number 9. Vinny's a sophomore at Plymouth Whitemarsh, and he's already a starter.
Yes, and as you can see, Keyser, they ran a sweep to the other side, and they're getting great blocks. I mean, the offensive line is really being able to control the defensive line, and that is really what the Colonials want.
First down, Keyser.
We're going to see a replay on that play. We're going to cancel the replay. Hands off to Engel again. Stop for no yards, probably a loss. Great play by the Cheltenham defense.
And that play is not fooling Cheltenham. That's twice they tried to pound it up the middle, and they have failed.
Second down for the Colonials. Tornetta, back to pass. He throws to number 44, Rob Reed, and he picks up the first down.
That was an excellent play-action fake by Anthony Tornetta. Totally had the defense off edge, and Rob Reed was able to slip open in the flat and have a nice gain.
Tornetta's having a great game so far. He's throwing the ball much better this year.
Cheltenham Panthers are definitely off balance here with this attack that Iacovetti is putting together with the run and pass. Excellent game plan.
He's picking apart the defense. Hands off to number 9, Vinny Keyser. Got a few yards on that scamper. A few yards in a scamper for Vinny Keyser.
Keyser running over the right side behind Smith, Clark, and Reed.
PW offensive line's having a great game this evening with Jeff Verdaddy, Brian Smith, Ron Winterbottom, Fred Long, and Steve Clark holding up the fort.
Second and 4.
Second and goal for the Colonials. And that's number... Touchdown for the Colonials.
That was a great run by Vinny Keyser. I mean, the offensive line opened up a big gap for them. Excellent drive. You can't get any better than that.
Good first quarter so far for the Colonials, as Keyser's had some good runs, and so has Bob Engel.
Donnie Flacco wanted to try the point after. He's been good this far, has not missed. Hope we're not jinxing him on that.
And that's through the uprights for the Colonials, leading 7-0 over the Cheltenham Panthers.
7:33 in the first period. Plymouth Whitemarsh 7, Cheltenham nothing.
7:33 left in the first quarter. PW on top, 7-0.
Anthony Tornetta had a great drive there. He had 2 attempts with 2 completions for 36 yards that was able to spring Vinny Keyser for a 3-yard touchdown run.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Take a look at a replay there, and that Keezer going up the middle for the touchdown.
Excellent play.
Great blocking again on the Colonials.
And there,
Back deep for the Cheltenham Panthers is number 82, Ron Patterson.
Kicking for Plymouth Whitemarsh, Bobby Engel.
Bob Engel to kick off for the Colonials. Good kick for Engel. That'll be received by number 44, Jamie Smith. He fumbles in, he's going to have to touch back for the Cheltenham Panthers.
they really don't want this kid, Jamie Smith, to get the ball. This kid is a fast runner. He's a slashing type runner, and he will hurt you. They do not want him to get the ball, and they really want to contain him. As you can see, Colonials are up 7-0.
Cheltenham offense takes the field behind quarterback Tim Gerhardt. Tim Gerhardt wearing number 16 this season. Pass to number 20. That's Herman Dye.
And as you can see, the Colonials were fooled. They were expecting definite run by Jamie Smith, and they were able to fool him with a little pass there.
Good
for
little,
a nice game.
Good little play by the senior running back Dye.
2nd and 5 from the Cheltenham 25.
Ball in the Cheltenham 25. 2nd down and 5 for the Cheltenham Panthers. Gerhardt brings his team to the field.
This is a tough Colonial defense. As I said before, they are ranked 6th in the area.
Hand off to 44. Jamie Smith, and as Rick said before, he can hurt you.
Yes, there he had a bruising run up the middle and just totally pushed the defense back. That is not what the Colonials want to see early on in the game.
The defense led by co-captain number 30, senior Jamie Fell, who's having himself a great season this year. Third down for the Cheltenham Panthers. Hand off to Smith again. That's a big run. He keeps going. He could go all the way. Engel's trying to stop him. So is number 7, Paul Borshevitz. Great tackle by number 7, Paul Borshevitz.
Paul Borshevitz just made a touchdown-saving tackle. If he didn't have that, he would have walked into the end zone untouched. There was some missed blocks and everything by the Colonials. And there it is, number 44, Jamie Smith again. And here we go with the replay.
First and goal.
We're going to look at a replay on that one.
PW 10-yard line.
Great run by 44. He's going to really hurt you, Jamie Smith, and you got to watch him. Could have been a touchdown there if it wasn't for Paul Borshevitz.
There's the tackle. Great play by Paul.
He's really going to hurt the defense unless Coach Iacovetti tries to stop him. And the quarterback for a little scamper of 2 yards, Tim Gerhardt.
Stopped by Fell.
Quarterback keeper not fooling anyone on the Colonial defense. They were able to stop that play immediately before it even got started. They have a tough goal line defense. Let's see if they can stand here and just hold them to possibly maybe just 3.
Yeah, let's hope so for the Colonials. They give them a touchdown to be a tie game. Number 20 in motion. That's Jamie Smith. Jamie Smith up the middle for another run.
To the 3.
Jamie Smith already having plenty of carries.
And ball.
Stopped by number 43, Bob Engel.
Assist by Engel.
Jamie Smith on just 3 carries has 72 yards in this opening drive, and he has been the workhorse so far.
Third and goal from the Plymouth White Barn, 4.
3rd and goal from the 4 for the Panthers. Hands off again to Smith, and that's a touchdown.
Jamie Smith just went untouched straight up the Colonial defense. I mean, he just got nothing but the end zone.
Jamie Smith is a very, very powerful and fast runner. He's going right through. Coach Iacovetti looks in shambles here as he's trying to figure out what Jamie Smith is doing to his defense.
So far, he's been a one-man wrecking crew.
Number 30 will be kicking for the Panthers. That's Mark Dunn.
Mark Dunn to kick.
And that'll be through the uprights. 7-7 game.
And as he
Score with 5:09 remaining. Plymouth White Barn 7, Cheltenham 7.
This is not what the Colonials wanted. They don't want an all-out attack on them. They don't want this to be a high-scoring affair. They just want to pound the ball, and hope their defense can stop them.
Number 7 goal.
We'll look at a replay on that one. And as you can see, Jamie Smith just runs right through the defense.
Untouched. That cannot happen.
Kicking for the Panthers, number 5, Dan Shapiro.
Dan Shapiro will be kicking off for the Panthers. Back deep is number 9, Vinny Kieser, and number 7, Paul Borshevitz. The crowd's really getting into this game. Kieser up the middle for about 10 yards. Oh, he's not done yet. He's going for more. Stiff arm, out of bounds. Vinny Kieser, great little run for Vinny Kieser.
That was an excellent run by Kieser. He thought he had him fooled. They thought he had him. He bounces off tackles and is able to pick up great yardage for the Colonials. They'll have great field position to start this drive.
Vinny's a great asset for the Colonials, only a sophomore. And 13, Anthony Tornetto will be coming in for the Colonials.
Let's hope Coach Iacovetti can have the same plan as he had in the last drive. It really had the Cheltenham defense off balance.
44, Rob Reed in motion. Hands off to number 9, Vinny Kieser. Close to a first down, looks like a pickup of 7.
8 yards on the carry, over right side.
That was a great run by Vinny Kieser. See, Vinny Kieser and Bob Engel are kind of two different running backs. Kieser is more of a slash running back. He'll find the holes, he'll race through them. Engel is a power back. He will power through the holes, and this is what made the tandem so good this year for the Colonials.
That's right. Handoff again to number 43, Bob Engel.
Engel for the first down.
Just as I said, Engel powering his way up the middle for an excellent gain and a first down.
Number 33, Chris Kachara, hasn't touched the ball yet. He's the other running back starting for the Colonials this evening.
First and 10, Plymouth White Barn from the Panther, 46.
First and 10 for the Colonials. Tornetta back to pass. Incomplete. That's Tornetta's first incomplete pass of the evening.
Yes, and Rob Reed was well covered by the Cheltenham defenders. It was just a great play by the safety.
Yes, Rob Reed, a junior, could have had a big play there, but it was good defense by Cheltenham.
Ryan Baxter on the coverage.
Oh, it was Ron Baxter on the coverage for the Panthers. Second down for the Colonials. Back to pass, Tornetta. He hits number 7, Paul Borshevitz, and that's a big play for the Colonials. Pickup of about 20. Gain of about 20.
Anthony Tornetta was able to roll out of the pocket and had a wide open Paul Borshevitz, who came back to help his quarterback as he saw him. He was in trouble and had a great reception.
Replay, let's look at Tornetta. He passes to Borshevitz again, 20 yards. You can't get any more wide open than that.
Paul Borshevitz is having a solid season.
Also a good player on defense. Hands off, number 43, Bob Engel. Oh, he could go into the end zone. That'll be a touchdown for the Colonials. Bob Engel.
Just as I said before, don't let that 185-pounder fool you. He has great speed, was able to get outside, and is now a 13-7 lead for the Colonials. Excellent run by Engel.
Boy, does that Colonial offense look sharp.
He has 6 carries for 49 yards in this game, and that TD right there.
Boy, Don Flacco is going to kick the extra point here. The Colonials could have a 14-7 lead.
Snapping Ron Winterbottom holding Anthony Tornetta.
Winterbottom holding for Flacco. And that through the uprights.
The kick is good.
Donnie Flacco is kind of a funny story. He was on the soccer team and he was asked to come over because the football team needed a kicker, and he has yet to miss. He has been a great asset to the Colonial kicking game.
We're going to look at a replay again on that one. Chara was emotional on that play. And Engel, not even touched, is right into the end zone. Great run by Engel.
And the key block in that was number 9, Vinny Keyser, who was able to get that one block so Engel could spring free and into the end zone.
That'll make the score 14-7 in favor of the Colonials. There's 3:23 left in the game.
By juniors Sarah Wolf, Megan Kearns, Kovacs, and more. 7, 8, 9.
Oh, it's 3 minutes left in the quarter.
14.
I don't think the game moved that quickly.
Kicking for Plymouth White Marsh, number 43, Bob Engel.
Bob Engel will be kicking off for the Colonials. Back deep is number 44, Jamie Smith. And Smith will get this one. Oh, it rolls into the end zone. And Smith is going to run it out. To the 10, to 15, 20, 25, 30, to the 50. Jamie Smith once again proves himself as a remarkable runner for the Cheltenham Panthers. If they don't do something about this guy, they're going to be in for a tough evening.
Yes, and again, Jamie Smith was able to have a big run, and Bob Engel, had to make another game-saving tackle.
I don't know what they're going to do about that Jamie Smith. They're going to have to do something in a hurry.
Colonials are up 14-7 at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, a pocketbook has been found. If you have lost the pocketbook, please come to the press office, the press box. If you have lost the pocketbook,
Gerhardt
please come
takes his team to the field,
press box.
to the line.
Lined up in the eye.
He's back to pass. Oh, and did he get it kicked off by number 84, Kevin Gall.
Oh, that was a great play. Kevin Gall just inserted before the game as a starter, and he comes up big. Coach can't ask anything more than that.
Looked like that play was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Gall just picks up the lean duck for an interception. We're going to look at that on instant replay. Gerhardt under pressure, and he gets tipped, and Gall comes away with the easy interception.
Great play. That is exactly what the Colonials needed.
First and 10, Plymouth White Marsh.
And Plymouth White Marsh will start first and 10 on the 37-yard line of the Colonials.
37. Timeout, Cheltenham.
And Cheltenham calls timeout. With 2:55 left in the first quarter, the Colonials have a 14-7 lead.
The passing attack for the Colonials have been pretty good so far. Borshevitz has had 2 receptions for 34 yards, and Rob Reed has had 1 for 13 yards. If they could keep this game plan up, they are going to have a pretty good night. And as you can see, their 6th in the area defense comes up right there with that interception. Great play by Kevin Goal.
And Tornetta looks like he's about ready to start for the Colonials. Jacobetti gives him a play.
I'm sure the Panthers had some defensive problem there and they wanted to get that straightened out. That's why they called a timeout. Also, the defense hadn't had much rest after that play. That could have also accounted for the timeout.
Tornetta back. One up the middle. That's number 9, Vinny Keyser.
That was an inside handoff to Keyser, who gained about 3 on the play. It will be a 2nd down now.
2nd down for the Colonials. A couple yards pick up for Vinny Keyser. Tornetta. Rob Reed in motion. Handoff to number 9. Vinny Keyser again. Close to the 1st down. Pickup of about 4.
And I'll tell you what, Vinny Keyser, every time he gets outside, he can always make something happen. He is a very good runner and has great speed. There's a player down for...
That's number 74 for Cheltenham. Charles Gilroy, who's a guard and defensive tackle senior for Cheltenham. And he looks pretty hard. And Gilroy looks in pain.
Might have hurt his knee on that play. I do not know.
Cheltenham trainers are out looking at him. It doesn't look good right now for Charles Gilroy.
He looks like he is in excruciating pain, and they are checking his knee.
I don't believe he'll return for this game.
This is actually helping this Cheltenham defense because they have been on the field a lot this game, and that's 2, a timeout, now an injury timeout. They're going to get some rest, but it's also benefiting the Colonials because they can get the proper plays in.
And Charles Gilroy still hasn't gotten up. He looks pretty bad right now.
I'll tell you what, the offensive line for the Colonials have been giving Bob Engel, Vinny Keyser, and Anthony Tornetta great holes, great passing lanes to throw through. I mean, this offense, it's very potent, and the offense always starts with the offensive line, and they have a great big offensive line, and they're also strong, and they are able to control the ball, and that's a big key in Coach Yak's offense. And he looks like he'll be walking off on his own power. It does look like it might have been an ankle injury, but I don't think it'll be anything real serious.
And they're about ready to start again. Tornetta comes to the line. Third and 2 for the Colonials. 3rd and 4, excuse me. 33, Chris Kachara in motion. And that's a big run for Bob Engel. That'll be touchdown number 2 for Bob Engel. He is having a marvelous night this evening.
Well, last year they had Mr. Outside Mark Washington and Mr. Inside Matt Matheson. This year they have Mr. Outside Vinny Keyser and Mr. Inside Bob Engel. And there he goes with another touchdown right up the middle.
Boy, is Bob Engel running well this evening. So is Vinny Keyser. And Donnie Flockel will try to attempt the extra point again. As you look on the Colonial bench, the players look pretty happy right now.
That was a 32-yard scamper by Engel.
And that's through for the extra point. That'll bring the Colonials' lead to 21-7.
Remaining in the first period. Plymouth White Bars 21, Cheltenham 7.
We're going to take a look at that one again. As you can see now,
Engel is able to just pound it up the middle through that big offensive line that I talked about, and it's easy as 1, 2, 3, Bob Engel, touchdown.
once again, the Colonials leading 21-7 now behind the running of Vinny Keyser and Bob Engel. Colonial defense doing pretty good this evening with the exception of that one set of plays where Jamie Smith has ran right through him.
And as you can see in the past 2 kicks, Bob Engel has been trying to angle the kick away from number 44, Jamie Smith. They really do not want the ball in this guy's hand. He will hurt you.
Hasn't been working so far. The last 2 times Jamie Smith has had the ball.
14.
Looks like Bob Engel will kick off.
21. Engel to kick for Plymouth West March.
And Engel set the kick. That's a very short kick for Engel. That'll be taken by number 24 for Cheltenham, John Villanova.
And even though that was a short kick, Engel got the job done keeping it out of number 44's hands.
John Villanova, a senior tight end and linebacker for Cheltenham.
Number 4, Corey Washington makes the tackle.
And the Colonials come to the field.
Cheltenham will be starting at their own 30-yard line and have to put together another 70-yard drive here.
First and 10, Panthers on the ring.
Gerhardt's ready to start. He hands off to Jamie Smith again, usual, 2 yards.
Tackled by Bell.
That's what they need to do. They need to have a lot of people around this guy. They can't just have one player because he will power his way through him. That was a great play by the Colonial defense.
Number 30, Jamie fell on the tackle. It's the first we've heard of him this evening. Having a great year, co-captain. And he just got a good tackle there. Second and 7 for the Panthers.
Second and 7, Cheltenham.
82 in motion. That's Ron Patterson. Gerhardt gets tipped again. It's a fumble for the Colonials. Bob Engel picks it up and hustles into the end zone. That's a touchdown, Colonials.
Is this guy having a good game or what? Bob Engel has just done it all, and I mean all, for the Colonials so far this game. He has scored all of their touchdowns. Just a sensational game.
Bob Engel has his 3rd touchdown of the evening. And he is having a tremendous game, picking up the fumble and rumbling in for the touchdown.
It was pressure from number 44, Rob Reed, who was able to slip a block and get in there. And now the Colonials have a 27 trying for a 28 lead, depending on the kick from Flacco.
Flacco will try to attempt the extra point. And there's a flag on the play. False start on the offense.
Motion versus the Colonials.
I'll bring it back 5 yards for Flacco. He should be able to put this one back in.
Yes, Flacco does have a strong leg.
Holding will be number 13, Anthony Tornetta. Oh, and that's tipped, and that's no good for Don Flacco. It's his first miss of the extra point this season. It's a tough one for the Colonials. And the Colonials are leading 27-7.
7 seconds to go in the first period.
27 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Colonials are having a terrific game.
Bob Engel, he has been on offense, scoring touchdowns, defense, and he is the special teams kicker. They ask a lot, and this kid always comes through.
Bob Engel, a nice guy on the field, and especially off the field.
1, 2, 3, go get it.
Looks like Jamie Smith is back deep again for the Panthers. We're going to look at a replay there. as Engel picks up the fumble and hustles into the end zone. Another terrific play by Bob Engel.
And as you could see, number 44, Rob Reed, was able to get the inside pressure.
Received by number 24, and he's tackled. Number 24, that's John Villanova.
Villanova carrying the ball. Garino makes first contact.
Phil Garino on the tackle, wearing number 29 this evening, instead of his usual number 24. First and 10 for the Panthers. Clock ticking down. It's almost the end of the first quarter. And the ball's on the 27-yard line of the Panthers. And that'll be the end of the first quarter, with the Colonials leading 27-7.
Colonials in the lead, 27-7.
Can't ask for a better half than that for the Colonials. We look at some of the stats right now.
Anthony Tornetta is 3 for 4 with 57 yards. This is just in one quarter. Keyser, 6 carries, 33 yards, 1 TD. Engel, 7 carries, 81 yards. This is the first quarter, and this guy almost has 100 yards rushing. Brushevitz, 2 receptions, 34 yards, and Reed, 1 for 23.
I'd like to thank our statistician this evening, Scott Ketai, who's keeping terrific stats for us this evening. Okay, second quarter is about to begin on the 27-yard line of the Panthers. Panthers are really going to have to do some more on offense. They haven't been playing bad, but their defense is putting them in a real trouble spot.
First and 10.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
27.
And Gerhardt brings his team to the field. 81 in motion, that's Brian Baxter. Handoff to Smith again.
Stuff. Colonials are starting to get used to this, and they are not letting it happen, having at least 3 or 4 people around him when he gets the ball. That is a great plan by Coach Iacovetti.
It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Panthers on the 27-yard line. Clock ticking away in the second quarter, about 11 minutes to go. And the Panthers are about to begin. '81 in motion, Brian Baxter. Just gets that one off to, looks like 24, John Villanova. Number 20, excuse me, that's Herman Dye. His first carry of the evening.
Yes, they ran an option on that play, and as they start to pursue the quarterback, he immediately flipped it off to number 20 and was able to get some positive yards on that. That's something that the Panthers must get if they want to keep this anywhat close.
First and 10 for the Panthers on the 28-yard line with 11:06 left in the second quarter. There's an injured player for the Panthers, number 86. For the Colonials, excuse me.
Into the game with the Colonials, number 67, Brian
Joe
Smith.
Dolga, who's injured right now. And Denise, the trainer, who is, does a terrific job here at Pulverway Marsh, will be helping Joe.
He looks to be all right, just a little shaken up after that play.
And the PW crowd gives him a cheer. First and 10 for the Panthers.
They have 2 people split wide.
First and 10, Panthers.
Number 20 in motion, that's Herman Dye.
Smith on the carry.
It looks like Jamie Smith up the middle for about 2 or 3 yards. They're doing a much better job with him right now.
Assistant assist by Guerrero.
Jamie fell on the tackle, and Phil Garino gets an assist.
And as you can see, that's two names. They want as many people around him as possible.
It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Panthers on the 42-yard line. Clock ticking away again in the second quarter, about 10 and a half to go.
2nd and 7, Cheltenham, from their own 42.
Handoff to number 82, Ron Patterson, and that's a great tackle. Terrific tackle by Vinny Keyser, who's also an excellent player on defense.
Yes,
Defensive back.
Yes, Vinny Keyser made a great open field tackle because if he didn't make that, he would have had a lot of room to run. Great play by Keyser, number 9.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Panthers on the 41-yard line. 9:45 left to go in the half. He's passing two.
Gerhardt's pass is completed. Tackled by Scott.
Tackled by Lee Scott on the Colonials.
That was a little pass play.
Wasn't too much for the Colonials, but it picked up the first down.
Theo Marshall making the grab for Cheltenham. First down, Cheltenham.
1st and 10 for the Panthers on the 48-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the half. Handoff to number 44, Jamie Smith. They're doing a much better job on Jamie Smith right now. He hasn't been picking up too many yards the last few carries. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers, ball on the 48-yard line. 8:41 to go in the half.
Colonials have been able to contain Gephardt. He's only had 3 attempts and only completing 2 for just a measly 12 yards. That's not going to get it done.
Yeah, Gerhardt is going to have to pick it up if Cheltenham wants to compete in this game. 82 in motion, Ron Patterson. He's in trouble, and he gets kaboom by Jeff Daddy.
And as you can see, the defense was able to get inside pressure up on the quarterback. It might have been a busted play, and they were able to sack number 16, Gephardt.
That was a tremendous hit by Jeff Daddy. Incredible force on that tackle. Gerhardt's having some trouble in this game right now, only completing 2 of his passes. 3rd and 9 for the Panthers, ball on the 47-yard line. Oh, and he shuffles the pass off number 20, and he's going to throw the ball, and it's incomplete.
They try a little fake play out there. Cheltenham looks to try anything right now. They try a little halfback option when they try and pass, and Colonials read it like a book.
That razzle-dazzle isn't going to work on the tough Colonial defense. And it's going to be 4th and 9 for Cheltenham on the 47-yard line. 7:26 left to go in the half. And they're going to kick.
Keyser back to receive.
Number 81 kicks, and that's Brian Baxter. Fumble by Ball Borshevitz, and Cheltenham picks up the fumble. Went right through Borshevitz's hands. Usually the sure-handed Borshevitz makes a mistake on that play.
He's just got to shake that one off and play tough D.
Tough break for the Colonials, but a big break for the Cheltenham Panthers.
Yes, they needed that, down 27-7. They needed a big play like that to get back in this game. Let's hope the Colonials can do something about this.
1st and 10 for the Panthers on the Colonial 25-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the half.
Panthers on the PW 25.
Handoff to
Smith on the carry.
number 44, Jamie Smith. Again, only picks up a couple of yards.
Tackled by
And you can really tell what Cheltenham's game plan is. They just want to just keep pounding and pounding away.
We're looking at fumble again for the Colonials. As you can see, Borshevitz gets it and just drops it.
As you can see, I think Borshevitz might have been hearing some footsteps and was thinking 2 steps ahead instead of catching the ball. Tough break for the Colonials.
And it'll be 1st and 10, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Running up the middle is Jamie Smith, and it should pick up the first down.
Smith on the carry.
Nice
First
run.
down, Panthers. Stopped by Guarino.
Jamie Smith on that carry, I think carried some of the Colonials along with him just to get that first down. He is a big back.
Kind of running in the same style as Emmett Smith.
First and goal, Cheltenham from the Colonial 5.
1st and 5, 1st and goal for the Panthers with about 6 minutes left in the half. Ball on the 7.
Colonials need a big stop on defense right here. Let's see what their goal line defense can do.
Led by number 30, Jamie Fell.
Dahl go back in there.
Smith,
And Smith runs up the middle again for a short yardage.
tackled by Scott and Gall.
Tackled by Lee Scott and Kevin Gall. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers on the 5-yard line. 2nd and 1.
Assist by Reed.
About 5:33 left in the half.
Second and goal.
27-7 in favor of the Colonials.
Colonial 1.
Incidentally, Jamie Fell's nickname on the team is Moose, after the fullback for the Cowboys, Darryl Johnston. Smith gets stopped for nothing.
Oh, great play by Colonial defense. They read that. They just pounded it right up the middle. They were able to get under the offensive line and make the great hit on Jamie Smith. Excellent play.
Very important play for the Colonials. Will bring up 3rd and 1 on the 1. With about 5 minutes to go in the half, the Colonials really need to stop him here and hopefully hold him to a field goal.
3rd and 1.
Big play for the Colonial defense right here.
The crowd's really getting into this game, folks. Little QB scamper does not work.
No, it's not in.
It's not in for the Panthers. They're going to have to try again.
Great play by the defense again. They were able to get pursuit in there. Cheltenham is a little upset, but as we can see, that was clearly not a touchdown.
4th and goal for the Panthers with about 4:14 left in the half. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, they really do. Being down 20 points and time is really ticking down. Time is really against them. That's their opponent right now. So 4th down, they really do have to go for it.
The crowd is really getting into this game, folks. And that's a touchdown for the Panthers. Jamie Smith up the middle for a 1-yard scamper and a touchdown for the Panthers.
Looked like Jamie Smith ran off tackle and touchdown.
And the Panthers will attempt the extra point. Number 30 to kick, and that's Mark Dunn. Number 16 to hold, Tim Gerhardt. Through the uprights and good.
It's good. 3:52 remaining in the half.
Jamie Smith in this team has had 13 rushes for 112 yards and is definitely making an impact on this game. They must stop this kid.
We can look at the replay on that one. And as you can see, Jamie Smith runs right up the middle for an easy touchdown. That'll make the score 27-14 in favor of the Colonials with 3:52 left in the half.
Paul Borshevitz has to be a little upset with himself, but can't let that affect him. There's a lot of game left. Maybe if they kick it towards him this time, he gets a good run and gain his confidence back, and he will definitely be back in this game.
Absolutely.
Kicking for the Panthers, number 5, Dan Shapiro.
Dan Shapiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Large, number
7, Paul.
Number 5.
Number 9, Vinny
Back
Kieser.
deep is number 9, Vinny Kieser, and number 7, Paul Borshevitz. Let's see if Paul can redeem himself on this play. And they're going to kick. Borshevitz will take it at the 5, to the 15, to 20, 25, takes it out to about the 30. Nice little run by Paul Borshevitz.
Jeremy Grimes.
That should be able to get his confidence back. That's exactly what he needed. And I know Cheltenham was trying to kick it toward him, thinking that he'll be thinking about that and try and fumble. But Paul is an excellent athlete and wouldn't let that happen again.
That'll be 1st and 10 for the Colonials on the 29-yard line. Clock ticking away in the second half with about 3:40 to go.
Stoppage of game.
Offsides on the defense. Timeout for Cheltenham. Excuse me. Excuse me, that was an official timeout. Running up the middle is Bob Engel for a gain of about 5.
Right now,
Over the left side.
the Colonials are just going to want to pound the ball and just wear down the clock because they have a decent lead right now, and all they have to do is just keep running and running and just keep pounding down that Cheltenham defense.
Pick up about 7 for the Colonials. 2nd and 3 on the Colonial 36 with about 3 minutes to go in the half. .33 Chris Kachera in motion, and he's going to pass to number 9 Vinny Kieser. Completed pass, and now pick up the first down.
Is good for a first down.
That was a good play action fake by Tornetti. He was able to get it out to Kieser, and Kieser slipped the tackle and was able, with that second effort, to get the first down. And the sticks will move, and the clock will keep on running.
1st and 10 for the Colonials on their own 42-yard line with 2:37 remaining in the half.
Cheltenham has to be thinking turnover here. They really need another
Tornetta back to
touchdown.
pass. He's running around, and what's he going to do? He's going to throw the ball to number 7. Incomplete. Paul Borshevitz.
That was great coverage by Cheltenham. They were able to pick up all receivers when Tornetta decided to roll out of the pocket.
2nd and 10 for the Colonials on their own 42-yard line with about 2:20 to go in the half.
Correction. 2nd and 10.
Tornetta in the huddle, trying to get his team ready. Pretty close to a 2-minute warning here with the Colonials having a 13-point lead. Kachera in motion. Hand off to Engel. That's going to be another big run for Engel. Close to the first down, picks up about 8, I would say. Knocked out of bounds by number 81, Brian Baxter. Ron Baxter.
That was a great tackle by number 81. He was able to get him from behind. If not, that could have been a possible other big gainer.
There's an injury for the Panthers. Can't see who's down right now, but the Cheltenham trainers are out looking at him. And that'll bring the 2-minute warning in for the Colonials and Panthers. With the score 27-14, the Colonials are having a great game with the exception of Jamie Smith running right through them on off defense. Number 24 is down for the Cheltenham, and that's John Villanova.
50-50 ticket.
He doesn't look too bad right now. I think he'll be able to get up.
38.
Villanova is Jamie Smith's running back mate, and I'm sure Smith really wants him in the game.
29, 800. You may claim your winnings at the
Villanova, a tight end,
You may claim your winnings at
not
the
a
press
running
box.
back. And he'll be able to walk off the field on his own limbs, hopefully.
Probably just got the wind knocked out of him.
That's what it looks like to me. 3rd and 2 for the Colonials. Ball on the 50. If they can get another touchdown here, it would be really great for the Colonials, taking a big lead in the half.
And that's exactly what the Colonials want, a real momentum to go into the half, even though they are up.
Hand off to Engel again, up the middle for a gain of about 7. First down for the Colonials.
This is exactly what the Colonials want on offense. Just keep moving the sticks, and the time must keep running. Colonials, though, calling a timeout.
Looking like they're trying to run up the score here with about 1:46 left in the half. First and 10 on the 43 for the Colonials. Cheltenham's 43. Looks like Coach Iacovetti's out there. Try to give him some more guidance. They can get another touchdown here. It'd be really big. Cheltenham defense has got to be worried right now. They cannot afford to give up another touchdown.
Bob Engel is over the 100-yard mark in the first half of the game. He has 10 carries for 103 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Tremendous game for Bob Engel.
Bob Colt, MJ Gordon, John Joe, Mike Santangelo, Bob Snagel, Ryan Wisniewski, trainer Denise Harlow.
You can see Coach Iacovetti on your screen there.
First and 10, Clement White.
Paul Borshevitz to the right. Tornetta back to pass. He's running around there. He's going to throw it to incomplete again to Paul Borshevitz.
That was a low pass to Borshevitz. That was not his fault. Tornetta was getting pressure and had to roll out again. He is a good passer when he is rolling out of the pocket. He does have a strong arm.
And that's Coach Iacovetti looking over the place. Tornetta not too mobile this game. If he wants to run around, he's got to run around a little quicker than that. Second and 10 for the Colonials on the 43-yard line. 1:41 to go in the half. 33 Chris Kachera in motion. And there's a flag on the play.
That was probably movement on the line.
See the referees there trying to figure out what went on. And that was movement on the line.
The Colonials are going the wrong way right now. They do not need penalties to push them back. It will only hurt.
That'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Colonials on the 48-yard line.
2nd and 15.
The most important thing is that they do not turn it over before the half. That can really shift the momentum to Cheltenham's side.
I'm surprised Kachara hasn't got any carries so far today. Seems like Keyser and Engel have been taking all the carries tonight. And Kachara's in motion. Hand off to Engel, and he gets stopped for a 2-yard loss.
That was a great play by the Cheltenham defense. They were able to get penetration below the offensive line right off and tackle Engel for a loss.
And as you can see on your scoreboard there, 3rd and 15 with 1:27 to go, ball on the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Coach Iacovetti on the field, talking to his players. You can see on your screen there, big number 76, Steve Clark. Tremendous offensive lineman for the Colonials.
By them calling all these timeouts, you could tell that Coach Iacovetti wants another touchdown before this half is over.
Amy Caution, Sarah Wolf, Megan Kearns, Christy Kovacs, Heather Yeager, Kelly Dugan, Kara Cairns, Drea Angelucci, Dana Duper, Katie Wolf,
And 1:27 left for the Colonials, 3rd and 15. They could really use another touchdown here. Clock ticking down. Tornetta is sacked for a big loss. Number 44, that's Jamie Smith again. A tremendous player on offense and defense. That's not what the Colonials wanted to do on that play there.
Now Cheltenham has now pinned them deep. It looks like they are going to have to punt.
Yeah, it looks like Engel will be punting for the Colonials.
This could give Cheltenham good field position. They have under a minute to work with.
4th and 30 for the Colonials on the 49-yard line. 55 seconds to go.
Timeout. Cheltenham.
Timeout for Cheltenham.
Penalties and that sack have really pushed the Colonials back.
And you can see number 24 is back deep. John Villanova recovering from his injury. And looks like number 22, Wesley, number 82, excuse me, Ron Patterson. And Coach Iacovetti gets off the field.
And our cheerleaders are ably coached by Bunny Malazita, the Bumster.
Angle back deep to punt. Receiving for the Cheltenham again is number 24, John Villanova, and number 82, Ron Patterson. He's going to kick, and that's fair kick. The number 82, Ron Patterson, he misses
That might
it.
have been touched.
That's a good roll for the Colonials, and it's going to take it all the way back to the 10-yard line.
And that just burst Cheltenham's bubble because they were hoping to get good field position on that. And Engel with a good kick, and that pinned them back very deep.
Big play for the Colonials. Coach Iacovetti talking to his star fullback, Bob Engel there. Number 51, Jeff Verdaddy is in there.
Say he has big shoes to fill.
And Tim Gerhardt brings his team to the line. Running up the middle again is Jamie Smith for a nice little run. Pickup of about 6 or 7.
They really got to tackle that guy. They just can't bump him.
Surprised they're running here. Down by 13 points. I'd like to see him. Sure, Cheltenham would like to see him get into the end zone. And clock's ticking down. About 12 seconds to go. They better call timeout or get this play off, or that's going to be the end of the half. 1st and 10 on the 20.
Fumble.
And it's a fumble. Looks like Cheltenham recovered. And that'll be the end of the half. With Plymouth Whitemarsh leading 27-14. Tremendous half for the Colonials. Let's look at the stats here.
We have for the Colonials, Bob Engel with 11 carries and 102 yards leading the way. And for Cheltenham, there's Smith with 14 carries with 122 yards leading the way for Cheltenham.
We'll be back with second half action in a moment. Welcome back to the second half of this great football game so far, with PW leading 27-14. We got some halftime stats for you right now. First for Plymouth Whitemarsh, at quarterback, Anthony Tornett is 4-7 for passing, 463 yards. Running, Vinny Keyser has 6 rushes for 33 yards and a touchdown. And Bob Engel, to start the second half, has 11 carries for 102 yards and 3 important touchdowns. On receiving, Paul Borshevitz caught a couple of passes for 34 yards. Rob Reed caught a pass for 23. And Vinny Keyser chipped in with 1 for 6. For Cheltenham, quarterback Tim Gerhardt is 2 of 3 for passing for only 12 yards and an interception. At running back, the star of the half for them is Jamie Smith, 14 carries, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Henry Dye, number 20, is 1 carry for 10 yards, and Ron Patterson has 1 carry for no yards. Tim Gerhardt has 3 carries for -1. And receiving, Dye has 1 catch for 5 yards, and Marshall, number 40, has 1 catch for 7 yards. On the kickoff returns, Vinny Keyser has 2 for 51 yards, and Paul Borshevitz has 1 for 24. Paul Borshevitz fumbled a punt in the second quarter and was recovered by Cheltenham. First half stats in rushing, PW 135, Cheltenham 132. On passing, PW 63 and Cheltenham 12. And on time of possession, PW 10 minutes and 31 seconds and Cheltenham 13 minutes and 29 seconds. And on the turnover front, PW has 1 and Cheltenham has 2. We're about 2 minutes away from starting the second half. And what do you think about the half so far, Rick?
Well, I think the Colonials were able to control the game on both sides of the ball. What they probably discussed in the locker room was how they were going to stop number 22 or 44, my fault, Jamie Smith. They probably realigned their defense on how to stop him, and that is what you're going to be seeing.
Wonder what's going through Tim Gerhardt's mind right now. He's not having a really good half, and he's the anchor of their offense.
All right, in the second half from Cheltenham, what you're probably going to see is more of the same. You'll probably be seeing a lot of Jamie Smith running the ball again because that seemed to work. And the Colonials, you'll probably be seeing a lot more of their run pass again because that seemed to have the Cheltenham Panthers off balance.
I think Tournette is going to be passing a little bit more this half as they're probably trying to open up the offense. I see Paul Borshevitz getting a few more passes this half and maybe a couple touchdowns. We're about a minute away from kickoff again. As you can see, the PW players are warming up right now. PW stretching, and so is Cheltenham. 30 seconds to go until the kickoff. Star for the PW so far in the half has been Bob Engel with 3 touchdowns, having the game of his life. And on Cheltenham, Jamie Smith having the lone good player for Cheltenham so far this game, having 2 touchdowns himself and over 100 yards.
Yes, and as I discussed before in the first half, the tandem for Colonials has been Vinny Keyser and Bob Engel. Bob Engel has been the run pounder. Vinny Keyser has been the slasher, getting outside, making the big yard plays when needed. This is a team effort, and the team winning 27-14 with the second half about to get underway.
And the Colonials are getting fired up in a big huddle, as is Cheltenham. And we're about ready to start. I see Tim Gerhardt's passing a little bit more this half, I imagine, as they're going to try to score some points. They can't be running up the middle every play, and he's going to have to start passing the ball. And the captains for PW is coming out for the toss, I guess. Number 30, Jamie Fell. Number 13, Anthony Tornetta. And for Cheltenham, number 44, Jamie Smith. Number 50, and number 66. Number 50, that's Kurt Shiley. And number 66, Jim Muldowney.
Cheltenham has elected to receive.
Cheltenham will receive starting off the second half. And Engel will kick off for the Colonials.
What Cheltenham looks for this drive is they must score. They see this as a must-score situation so they can swing the momentum their way and hopefully get right back in this.
Boy, we're lucky the rain has held up so far this evening. It's starting to be a nice evening. Jamie Smith in the first half on defense has 1 sack. And on offense, he's had 122 yards rushing. And a kick return for 48 yards.
Kicking for the Colonials, number 43, Bob Engel.
Kicking off will be number 43, Bob Engel, and back deep for Cheltenham will be 44, Jamie Smith.
Deep for the Panthers, number 44, Smith, Jamie Smith.
We're waiting for Cheltenham's players to get on the field. They're discussing what they want to do.
And that's 44, Jamie Smith on your screen right now, having a terrific first half.
He will probably be an all-league selection the way he has proven himself throughout this year with what I heard and this game.
And the Colonials are about to kick off. Lucky for them, the rain is held up tonight. And it's starting to be a clear night. Engel to kick off. That's a good kick for Engel. And Jamie Smith right in the hands of him. 5. About 10 yards on the receiving. Nice little run for Jamie Smith. And the Colonials stop him. Tackled by co-captain Jamie Phil, number 30, the Moose.
Key Moore in on the tackle.
And Key Moore also assists on that tackle. Clock ticking away in the third quarter, 11:45 to go. 1st and 10 on the 26 for Cheltenham. Gerhardt, hands off.
The Colonials were able to gang tackle him on that play.
And that'll be 2nd and 8 for the Colonials. Ball on the 28.
2nd and 8.
The rain has not been a factor tonight.
They're lucky because they are predicting rain for tonight. Hand off to Jamie Smith up the middle for a big carry. Stopped by number 3, Lee Scott, the sophomore.
And I'll tell you what, he's picking up right where he left off from the first half, just running the ball, powering up the middle. And the Colonials still have not figured out a way to stop him.
And we're football in their own 40.
And Gerhardt is ready. Hands off to number 20, Herman Dye. And that's a first down for Cheltenham.
And that is not the way the Colonials wanted to start off the second half. It looks like bit by bit, the Cheltenham Panthers are starting to gain some momentum, and that is not what the Colonials want. They want to have a real quick downs 3 and out and get the ball back on offense.
1st and 10 on the 49 for Cheltenham. 10:08 left in the third quarter. Hand off to Smith again. He's stopped by number 51 and number 44. Stopped by Rob Reed and 51, Jeff Verdaddy.
Assist by Verdaddy.
2nd and 9 for Cheltenham on the 49-yard line.
And again, it seems like the only way they've been stopping him is with more than one tackler, getting about 4 or 5 guys up on him.
Well, I hope it doesn't start to rain again tonight. Oh, and he's scrambling. Shuffles it off to number 20, Herman Dye. And Engel on a big tackle.
Yes, Cheltenham decides to try and run the option again with positive yardage, and that is what they are looking for.
3rd and 3 on the 44-yard line, excuse me, for the Panthers.
3rd and 3 on the Panther. Excuse me, the Colonial 44.
3rd and 3 for the Panthers, and Gerhardt brings his team to the line.
Colonials need a big stop here.
I hope they know what they're doing.
Flags on the play. Possible full start.
See what happened there. False start on Cheltenham on the offense, and that'll bring it back to 3rd and 8.
False start, Cheltenham.
Playing conditions haven't been affected by the rain.
Yeah, the field looks pretty dry to me. Third and 8 for Cheltenham. Hand off to 44, Jamie Smith again, and he gets a couple, if that.
Great tackling by the Colonials. They had them all wrapped up before it even could get started.
4th and 8 now for the Panthers. Looks like they're going to have to kick.
The Colonials looked in trouble early on in this drive, but with that penalty and with that last tackle, they were able to hold, and they will be getting the ball back.
Kicking off for the Panthers will be number 8. Number 81, Baxter. And that'll be going out of bounds. To the cheerleaders. Colonials have the ball on around the 40-yard line. 47.
That was a bad kick by Baxter. I know he wasn't trying to do that on purpose.
I wonder why Shapiro isn't kicking off, the usual kicker for Cheltenham.
Baxter's kicking it out. 35.
The offense takes the field for the first time in the second half.
1st and 10 for the Colonials on the 36-yard line. 7:13 to go in the game, or in the third quarter. Hand off to Engel. And he gets stopped for a gain of 1.
Good pursuit there by the Cheltenham defense, was able to make Engel go outside where he's not as effective, and they were able to stop him for a minimum gain.
2nd and 10 for the Colonials on the 36. 2nd and 5, excuse me. Tornetta talking to his team there. Chris Kachara in motion. Hand off to Engel again. He's running to the left, and that's a big run for Bob Engel. He could go all the way on this one. He's on his way to the end zone, and stopped at the 2. Bob Engel is having an amazing game, folks. Big run again.
Engel was able to get outside there. He had tackling. It was unlike the last play where it was a bust. This one, he was allowed to get outside. He had great block by his receivers, who can block too, and he was caught from behind by number 44, Jamie Smith.
I heard he runs pretty well in the rain too. And we'll look at a replay there as Engel scampers into the 2-yard line. Another big run for Bob Engel. Jamie Smith tackles him. He's making some important plays this game. And that'll be a touchdown for the Colonials. Vinny Keyser, the sophomore, number 9, runs into the end zone for the 5th touchdown for the Colonials this game. That'll bring it to 33 to 14 right now as they attempt the extra point.
Keyser just literally walked into the end zone on that play.
Keyser's got some God-given speed, and he is really using it tonight.
And this is exactly what the Colonials had planned coming out of the locker room, and well executed by Coach Iacovetti and his offense.
1st and 10 on the 2 for the Colonials.
Looks like they're going to be going for 2.
And he throws to number 9, Vinny Keyser, for the 2-point conversion.
Looks like Keyser just did it all on that one.
Remaining in the third quarter. Another play card, 35. Cheltenham, 14.
Bob Engel has 13 carries for 164 yards and 3 TDs. He has been sensational tonight. And we're going to take a look at a replay on this. Keyser had an excellent, was able on the 2-point conversion to get wide open in the end zone, and Tornetta hit him with a perfect pass.
Bob Engel will be kicking off for the Colonials.
Deep for the Panthers. Jamie Smith.
Jamie Smith is deep.
And Engel's about ready to kick. Hopefully for the Colonials, Jamie Smith will return this one. Squib kick by Engel. Rolls to about the 5. Picked up by 82, Ron Patterson. Running nowhere. Big tackle by number 4, Corey Washington, the sophomore, with a big play.
See right there, they were trying to, Engel was trying to do it again, trying to keep it out of number 44's hands, and he did exactly that. And number 81 ran the wrong way and had Colonials having them pinned deep
First
in
and
their
10
own territory.
First and 10 on the 8 for the Cheltenham Panthers with 6:14 to go in the third quarter. That's Phil Garino switching over to the right side, number 29. Gerhardt back to pass. That's a long pass. Picked off by number 9, Vinny Keyser. Another big play by the sophomore.
Gerhardt is still having his woes at quarterback, still can't be getting it started, and Keyser right there just exploited his weakness and picked off the pass. Colonials are getting the ball back, and this could get ugly.
Tim Gerhardt is having a very, very, very tough game so far. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in their backup Kyle Perry for the end of this game.
I can't understand why they're not running it with Jamie Smith the way he's been doing.
They must have a couple tricks up their sleeve because I can't figure it out. First and 10 for the Colonials on the 41. Tornetta back to pass. He's running around, and he throws it to number 44, Rob Reed, and that's a completion. Should pick up the first down.
Tornetta was able to roll out, and that was actually a good play because he saw he didn't have his 1 or 2 receivers and was able to still pick up his 3rd receiver on that. That was an excellent read by Tornetta.
He did not pick up the first down. He picked up 8 yards on that play. Second down and 2 on the 41. 5:13 left in the third quarter. Tornetta looking around. 33, Chris Kachara in motion. Handoff to Engel up the middle for a big run. Gain of about 20. And that'll be a first down again for the Colonials.
Right there, Engel ran right behind his tacklers, who opened up a nice hole right in the offensive line and was able to get the first down and move the sticks. And most important, the clock is still running.
First and 10 on the 21 for the Colonials. 4:43 in the third quarter to go.
Looks like Cheltenham has called a timeout.
Boy, their coach has to be making some changes right now. They're really looking pretty bad right now. And their quarterback's really going to have to get together, and they're going to have to start running the ball with Jamie Smith for more. Once again, Bob Engel, the hero of the game so far, with 3 touchdowns, approximately 140 yards. And he's just really taken over for the Colonials, having a terrific game, the junior fullback. Vinny Keyser having himself a nice little game. Got an interception, has some nice running yards. And Tornetta's having a good game too. 5 completions for 8 yards. 5 out of 8 for 71 yards for Tornetta. Solid game for him. And a 2-yard conversion pass to Keyser. Bad. And the Colonials are ready to defend.
First down.
44, Rob Reed, the tight end in motion. Lines up on the right side. Hand off to number 9, Vinny Keyser. Oh, did he get tackled by number 24, John Villanova. Didn't pick up any yards on that carry, but it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Colonials. Ball on the 20.
Keyser was trying to get outside, but the outside linebacker stayed at home and was able to get him.
And there's about 4:15 left in the 3rd quarter. In the backfield, number 9, Vinny Keyser, number 43, Bob Engel, 44, Rob Reed in motion. Lines up on the right side. The defense shifting over to the right, and Kachara's in motion now. Switching the plays around. 43, Bob Engel gets stopped for a couple of yard loss. No gain on that play. 3rd and 9 on the 20.
Looks like someone forgot to pick up number 3, Jared Grimes, who was able to get easy penetration and tackle Engel.
3rd and 11 for the Colonials on the 22. I look for them to pass on this play here, or else they're going to have to go for a long field goal by Donnie Flacco. And Tornetta back to pass, as I predicted. Throws it to number 33, Chris Kachara, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Kachara, his first reception of the evening, for a big touchdown to extend the Colonial lead.
Chris Kachara, when he went in motion, no one picked him up. He was able to scamper out into the flat, wide open. Tornetta picks him up, touchdown, Colonials.
Picture perfect play for the Colonials, and Donnie Flacco will attempt the extra point. Beautiful play by number 33, Chris Kachara, the senior running back and wide receiver. Holding for Flacco will be the quarterback, number 13, Anthony Tornetta. And that'll be good for the Colonials as they take a big lead, 42-14 in favor of the hometown Plymouth White Marsh Colonials with 3:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Doesn't get any better than this.
Cheltenham 14.
And Engel's going to kick off again for the Colonials. Back deep will be 24, John Villanova, and 44, the dangerous Jamie Smith. We're going to look at that replay again. We're going to see Kachara wide open as Tornetta just bombs it right to Kachara, and he runs right into the end zone for a big touchdown.
And again, the offensive line gave him great protection and enough time to get that pass off and be able to read his receivers.
Looks like Cheltenham's got some major stuff to do on offense. I expect them to make many changes coming into this one. On the kick defense team, you got number 3, Lee Scott, number 6, Key Moore, 86, Joe Dolga, and a few other players.
Flags on the play.
There's a couple flags on the play. Let's see what went on there. Referees doing a fine job this evening, as usual.
Waiting to see what the call is. I think it was just, they just weren't ready.
Tell you the truth, I have no idea what just happened. And it looks like Engel's ready to kick off again.
Deep for the Panthers. Jamie Smith.
Jamie Smith back deep for the Panthers, and 24, John Villanova. Looks like Jamie Smith will be attempting to return this kick. You can see Jamie Fell on the right side, getting ready to defend this kick, number 30. And Engel kicks off. A weak kick by Engel. Falls right into the hands, but dropped by number 3, Jared Grimes. And the Plymouth White Marsh kick defense team stops him in his tracks.
Tackled by number 34.
Tackled by 34. That's number 34 in tackle.
The new guy.
Engel purposely did that again, keeping the ball away from Jamie Smith.
Can't help but love him. All right, Cheltenham taking over. 1st and 10 on the 37. Hand off to 44, Jamie Smith, and he runs to the right for a gain of about 5. Jamie Smith has been diluted this half, not having too many big plays, which is fortunate for the Colonial defense.
And you can't understand why they just don't, with the score the way it is, they should just keep giving them the ball.
I tend to disagree. I think they need to start passing and opening up the offense.
Well, the way Earnhardt's been passing, they just better put a new quarterback in.
I expect Kyle Perry to see some action this game, the backup quarterback, number 12 for the Panthers. Hand off to 44, Jamie Smith again. And that should pick up the first down for Cheltenham. With about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Plymouth White Marsh leading 42-14.
He was tackled by Jamie Fell, who's having another solid game himself.
Jamie Fell, the co-captain on this Plymouth White Marsh team, senior linebacker. 1st and 10 for Cheltenham on the 50. If you just joined us, it's 42-14 in favor of the Colonials in the third quarter. And that's Jamie Smith stopped for a loss, possibly maybe a gain of 1. Defense had a good play there.
Looks like he was wrapped up by Phil Garino. He's having a solid game.
Lee Scott assisted on that tackle. He's having himself a nice little game on defense, a sophomore.
Yes, and as you can see, this football team is young and they're still doing good, so they're going to have a couple more good years.
Yeah, they have plenty of starters on that are sophomores. Vinny Keyser's a sophomore, and Lee Scott.
A lot of juniors returning too. Bob Engel, Paul Bashevitz.
Corey Washington will be getting some more action later on in the season. Yeah, they're going to be good in a few years. Hand off to Jamie Smith again. Gain of a couple yards.
And Reno.
3rd and 5 on the 49 for Cheltenham.
Rob Reed is having himself a good game. Probably one of the most silent, quiet, good games. He has forced one of Engel's defensive touchdowns. He has caught a couple passes. He's just having himself a solid game.
I'll tell you, he's a nice little quiet player. That's big number 76, Steve Clark. You don't hear his name too much, but he stops the run very well and is a tremendous asset on the offensive line. Hand off to 44, Jamie Smith once again. Gain of about 1. I don't agree with that play at all with 3rd and 5. 4th and 5 now for Cheltenham.
Could this mean that they're giving up, just keep running the ball? I don't know.
I don't know what's going through Cheltenham's coach right now, but I don't like it. 4th and 5 for Cheltenham, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Plymouth White Marsh Colonials 42, Cheltenham Panthers 14 in this important interconference battle.
It's important that the Colonials keep with this game plan and cannot let Cheltenham get back into it. They must keep doing what they're doing, pounding away on offense, making the tackles on defense, and they will be in good shape for an easy win.
And looks like Cheltenham Panthers are ready. On defense now for the Colonels, we got number 76, Steve Clark, 51, Jeff Verdaddy, 44, Rob Reed, 84, Kevin Gall, number 7, Paul Borshevitz, number 3, Lee Scott, and number 9, Vinny Keyser. I haven't been playing too many of the reserves tonight, even though they have the big lead. I expect See some more of the reserves come in later in the game.
Yes, definitely.
Give some playing time.
That'll be a good opportunity for them.
I agree. And that's going to be a kick. A high snap, but number 81, Brian Baxter, gets it off. And it rolls out of bounds at around the 15.
Right now, the Colonials are pinned deep, but what they want to do is they're just going to want to keep running the ball, pounding away, eating at the clock,
And the
and get out of here with an easy victory.
And the Colonials take the field again with the score 42-14. Colonials having a tremendous game. You just joined us. Bob Engel, the star so far, 3 touchdowns, 15 rushes, 177 yards. For Cheltenham, Jamie Smith, 21 rushes, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Vinny Keyser having himself a nice little game. A couple touchdowns for him. And on the outset, the Colonials having a great game. Can't ask for anything more. And that's Vinny Keyser for up the middle. Looks like a gain at about 7.
Again, when he gets outside, he's very dangerous. You better tackle him or he can go a long way.
Well, you see how good Vinny Keyser is now as a sophomore. Can you imagine him as a senior? He's going to be tearing the defenses up.
2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 for the Colonials on the 17. 11:26 to go in the game. I'm surprised they still have most of their starters in right now. I'd figure having a few reserves in, maybe putting in Tom Bruno at quarterback, give him some time. And that's number 6, Key Moore, for a few yards.
He's the reserve running back, and he's only a sophomore himself, and he is a very, very good and powerful runner.
Key Moore is a very strong runner and the leader of the freshman football team last year. Now in playing JV and varsity this year. Should have himself a nice season next season and seasons to come.
Stoppage of the game.
And that'll be our timeout. 1st and 10 for the Colonials on the 37-yard line. 11:05 to go in the game. After this set, if they score a touchdown, I figure them bringing in Tommy Bruno, the junior, backup quarterback. Give him some playing time.
That's because he will be
He will be our starter next year, that's true.
well. He's got a good arm, too.
Tommy, a nice guy. Pretty good at math, too. Hand off to Kachara. Runs to the right, gain of about 3.
On the carry. Gain of 1.
Gain of 1.
2nd down.
2nd and 9 on the 36, on the 38 for the Colonials. 10:49 to go.
And they will stay on the ground just trying to wear out Cheltenham defense. Just keep moving the sticks and the clock. The most important thing is still running.
Boy, ever since Borshevitz dropped those couple of passes, we haven't heard his name too much. And that's 33, Chris Kachara in motion. Hand off to looks like Key Moore, and he stopped for a couple of yard loss. That'll be 3rd and 10 for the Colonials.
Yes, the Panther defense was able to get in on Key Moore and stop him for a loss.
Jeff Daddy coming back in on offense. He's having a nice season himself, the offensive lineman. Paul Borshevitz split wide to the right. Tornetta goes back. Number 9, Vinny Keyser running up the middle. And he gets about a yard or 2. Cheltenham defense playing a little bit better this set. And the kick defense team will be coming in. Looks like Bob Engel will be kicking off again. And back deep for Cheltenham will be number 44, Jamie Smith, and number 24, John Villanova. Engel to kick. High snap, gets off a fair kick. Jamie Smith receives it. Oh, and a nice tackle by defensive back Paul Borshevitz.
Just as you said, you haven't heard his name. Paul comes up with a big tackle.
Kind of reminds me of Mark McMillan a little. A little guy, but can still hit. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the 37-yard line.
They still have their starting defense. That is the Colonials in.
Surprising to me. And here comes their quarterback, Tim Gerhardt, who's struggling incredibly this game. Got to feel sorry for the youngster, but he's got to pick it up a little if Cheltenham wants to compete in this game. Hands off to number 20, Herman Dye.
And he is stopped immediately.
Big
by-
Steve Clark on the tackle.
Assist by
They were able to get in on that.
NFL.
Steve Clark, weighing in at 285 pounds for the Colonials, is a force on defense and offense. He's certainly a big guy. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers on the 38. 8 minutes to go in the game. That'll be a handoff to Jamie Smith, and he's tackled by the co-captain, number 30, Jamie Fell. Tim Gerhardt is 2 for 4, 12 yards, and 2 interceptions so far this game. Having a very tough game so far, as his Colonial defense has been controlling him pretty well. With the exception of running back Jamie Smith, Cheltenham has really been struggling this game. Third and 3 for the Panthers. And that'll be Jamie Smith gets tackled immediately by the Colonial defense. Looks like 29, Phil Guarino on that tackle.
Yeah, and again, big number 76, Steve Clark, gets his body in there. And once he gets that in there, you are not going anywhere. Great play, Steve Clark.
4th and 4 for the Panthers on the 41. Looks like they're going to have to go on this one. 7 minutes to go. Here comes number 81. That's Brian Baxter in. He's split wide to the right. And number 82 is to the right. That's Ron Patterson. 81 is Brian Baxter, excuse me.
Try the option.
Shuffle past number 20, Herman Dye. And he gets a nice little run there. Oh, does he get tackled? That's number 3, Lee Scott. Boy, he hit him hard on that one.
Earnhardt ran the option again, getting it off. But there was a missed tackle there by Vinny Keyser that could have prevented the first down. But Lee Scott made sure he paid for it with a powerful hit.
Here comes in number 21 for Cheltenham. That's Anthony Farley. We haven't heard from him yet this game. Split to the left is Farley, as is number 81, Brian Baxter. You can see Tim Gerhardt on your screen there. Oh, did he get tackled? Jamie Smith again running up the middle. Not too much functionality for the Cheltenham so far.
They were able to stuff that up the middle. They've been playing very well ever since he had that one run. They've been able to been stuffing him right up the middle.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers on the 45. They haven't passed in a while, and remarkably so. Lee Scott back as a free safety. 2nd and 8. Oh, that's Jamie Smith for a big run. Tackled by number 3. Tackled by number 7, Paul Borshevitz, number 29, Phil Guarino. That'll be a first down for Cheltenham.
His offensive line was able to create a hole for him. He exploded right through it, and that will give them the first down.
Yes, their offensive line with Theo Marshall, number 40, Anthony McElroy, number 70, Laurel Powell, number 68, Jim Muldowney, number 66, Curtis Schley, number 50, and Matt Green, number 72. They're having a pretty good game on the running part. Passing coverage hasn't been too great. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, 5:14 to go in the game. Run up the middle. And he gets stopped for Second and 10, 5 minutes to go in the game.
Smith was stopped immediately there. As soon as he got the ball, he was hit. Great penetration by the Colonial defense.
Out goes number 81, Brian Baxter. Still looks like the Colonials are using their usual starters in the defense here, with the exception of Lee Scott. Second and 9 on the 34. That's Jamie Smith again, tackled immediately by number 7, Paul Borshevitz. For a little guy, that guy can certainly hit. Nice little run for Jamie Smith again. 4:22 left. Third and 5. 1-34. In comes Baxter again for Cheltenham. Jamie Smith, so far this game, has
27 carries for 176 yards, and he has been the workhorse.
He has certainly been the workhorse, Rick, as he's had the majority of the plays for Cheltenham. Hand off again to Jamie Smith. You haven't been using too much of a rotation there. Seems like one up the middle with Smith and then another one up the middle with Smith. You're not going to win with the Colonials doing that. 4th and 5 on the 30 for the Cheltenham Panthers. 3:33 to go.
Unless some drastic thing happens, I think the Colonials pretty much have this one in the bag.
I will go on record saying it has to be a miracle for them to win this game. 81 in motion, that's Brian Baxter. Number 20, Herman Dye to the left. Oh, that's a nice run. Knocked out of bounds by number 9, Vinny Keyser, number 3, Lee Scott.
Not many things have been going well for Cheltenham this game, but they've ran that option pretty well, gaining some pretty decent yards, and right here they gained the first down.
Herman Dye is having a nice little game himself. He has about 50 yards running. 1st and 10 on the 22 for the Panthers. 2:52 to go. Split ride to the right is number 81, Brian Baxter. To the left is number 82, Ron Patterson. Number 20, Herman Dye in motion. Hand off to Jamie Smith again. Runs up the middle. Tackled by the Moose. Number 30, Jamie Fell.
Phil Greeno is also there for the tackle, and he's having himself a solid game. He's another underclassman who looks to have a great year next year along with this one.
A ton of underclassmen starting for the Colonials, including on offense, Borshevitz, Keyser, Rob Reed, Bob Engel. And on defense, we got Rob Reed again, Paul Borshevitz again, Bob Engel, and Vinny Keyser. 2nd and 6 on the 18 for the Cheltenham Panthers. Oh, Gerhardt's trying to run. That's not going to work, as he gets stopped for a loss.
He tried that before and it didn't work. He tries it again and Colonials read it again.
I don't understand what the Cheltenham coach is trying to accomplish here, but it's certainly not working on behalf of Cheltenham. I had a feeling they underestimated the Colonial defense this game. 3rd and 3 for Cheltenham, 1-16. And still, Coach Iacovetti sends in his usual starters on defense. Kind of surprising. And what a surprise, handoff again to Jamie Smith. Gain of about, looks like he got the first down on that one, Rick.
Yeah, I'd have to say so. No matter what the score is, you got to give that kid some credit. He's still running with the same authority as he's been in the first quarter.
He must have about 80 carries already. Our statistician, Scott Keatide, doing a terrific job for us tonight, getting us some updated, accurate stats. That's a timeout, I believe. 1st and 10 on the 10 for Cheltenham. Number 40 coming in for Cheltenham. That's Theo Marshall, the offensive lineman.
I think Cheltenham right here just wants to score just to get a little bit of I guess you'd say pride back that the Colonials have took from them.
PW has put them to shame as they did their last 3 opponents, especially last weekend Quakertown, winning 28-8. And it's 1st and 10 on the 10 for Cheltenham. We got a minute and 10 left in the game.
10-yard line.
And Jamie Smith runs up the middle, stopped by 29 Phil Garino, gain of about 5. Clock ticking down in the game, about a minute to go, and it's not looking good for Cheltenham.
Assist by
Timeout again for Cheltenham. If you just joined us again, Bob Engel, once again a hero of this game, having a tremendous game. Can't stress that enough. 15 carries, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Vinny Keyser having a nice game on the ground. 10 carries, 48 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Tornetta solid as usual with 6 of 9 for passing, 93 yards, and a touchdown. And most importantly, no interceptions. 2nd and 5 for Cheltenham. 1:03 to go in the game. Timmy Gerhardt still in there for Cheltenham.
Well, what do you think, Brian? You think they'll give it to Smith again?
I have to go with that one, yeah. And what do you know? Stopped by the Moose, Jamie Fell. Boy, that Jamie Smith's got to be tired right now.
Jamie Fell just stacked him up right at the line of scrimmage, right while he was trying to get through the hole. Jamie Fell read it perfectly.
46 seconds and counting to go in the game. Ball on the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. No gain. 4th and 5 for Cheltenham.
And they continue to stop
And that's
Jamie Smith.
And that's Fred Long on a tackle. The first time we heard his name this evening. He's having a nice season, the senior defensive tackle. Been playing on varsity last year also. 4th and 5 with 17 seconds and counting. And he throws, and it's a touchdown to 3-0 Marshall on the offensive lineman option. Nice for them to get a little touchdown, make it a little closer, but I don't think the Colonials are trying too well on that play.
The Colonials, they were, even though it's late in the game, still surprised because they weren't expecting a pass. They were just thinking Smith, run, and they sneak in a little pass there for the touchdown.
And it's 42-20 right now in favor of the Colonials.
And really the only thing that helps is stats.
8 seconds to go in the game. And looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Gerhardt back. He's going to pass. Oh, and does it get tipped? By number 84,
Yeah.
Kevin Gale, excuse me.
Incomplete.
And that just sums up Cheltenham's game so far. And looks like the Colonials will receive the kick in a couple minutes.
Colonials will probably just receive the kick and just run out the final 8 seconds of this ball game, in which they have dominated on both sides of the ball.
Just a dominating game in general for the Colonials, with the score 42-20 in favor of the home team, Holy White Marsh Colonials. You can see Anthony Tornetta pointing at the camera saying he's number 1, and deservedly so. That's Brian Zapian, the injured offensive lineman next to him. And looks like number 6, Key Moore back deep, as is number 4, Corey Washington. Both sophomores back to receive the kick.
I think on this kickoff, Akavetti put in some of his second string players.
Looks like 48's in there. That's Joe Bussell, the junior. 83, Ramus D. Simone, the senior. 57, Brent Voros, the junior. 62, Todd Barnes, the junior. And
I think they're gonna
55, Danny Smith, the sophomore. And that's a little squib kick, recovered by the Colonials. And they'll have about 6 or 7 seconds to get another playoff. Most likely they'll probably down it. And number 1's in there. Oh, he's coming off the field.
Recovery by Haynes. Jeremy Haynes.
Covered by number 58, Jeremy Haynes, a senior. And here comes the Colonial offense once again. And that'll end the game for the Colonials. With the final score, Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 42, Cheltenham Panthers 20. We got some stats to wrap up with. First, for the final stats here, Jamie Smith, 33 rushes, 193 yards. He had a fantastic game for Cheltenham. Really their only bright spot in the game. Bob Engel, the hero for the Colonials, 15 rushes, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Anthony Tornetta, solid as always, 6-9, 93 yards and a touchdown. And for the Cheltenham quarterback, Timmy Gerhardt, only 3 of 5 for passing, 17 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 INTs. For the time of possession for the game, Cheltenham had the ball in the majority of the time, 30 minutes and 36 seconds. And Plymouth Whitemarsh had the ball for 17 minutes and 24 seconds.
I think the Colonials have played well game on both sides of the ball. They've been able to dominate in their first 4 games on offense and on defense, and this will just help their ranking in the area.
That'll make them 4-0, a tremendous, tremendous game in behalf of the Colonials. And you can't ask for anything more than that. And for Rick Meller, our color man, Scott Ketai, our statistician, I'm Brian Levinson. And we'd like to thank you for joining us this evening as PW wins 42-20 over Interconference Cheltenham High School.